All right, I have to work around my refrigerator, making a lot of noise. So today, welcome to my channel by the way, we are gonna make homemade macaroni and cheese. These things, the elbow macaroni, are not homemade, but you'll need about a cup of them for a single serving, unless you're feeling like you just want to throw everything into a pot and go. Then, just pick however much you want. It's not a hard and fast rule. But first we're gonna start our water boiling and we're gonna put some salt in there. I'm using salted butter, so I don't use a shitload of salt for my noodles, but to each their own. So, how has everybody been? I got some messages, some comments saying that they unsubscribed to me, and then I started making videos again on the channel. So, my bad. But yeah, here we are. Things are pretty uneventful, but I am trying to develop some Thai chili pepper seeds on this thing here and some more water. So basically, I'm trying to germinate these seeds on paper towels, and because my last Thai chili pepper planting event went terribly. They started to grow, but then they died, and I think it partially had to do with the soil that I was using, because I was using Dollar Tree soil, which I don't recommend because it killed all my plants, except for like one of them. So, for this recipe, you will need some cheese. I'm using a 3-year cheddar because I'm fancy, and it's one tablespoon of butter. I'm using salted butter, and I'm using a cup of macaroni noodles and 1/4 cup of milk. This recipe in particular is easier because you don't have to make a roux, and if you don't know what that is, basically it's the base of a macaroni sauce, like a cheese sauce, where it gets thick easily because you're incorporating flour before you actually incorporate the cheese with the noodles. So it thickens a lot easier. However, who wants to make a roux? French cooking students, I guess, chefs. Not me, especially when I'm not trying to impress me. So there's an easier way to make this, and basically it just involves kind of letting it coagulate. So when this boils, we'll get down to business, because I don't really have anything to prepare. I already prepared everything. I shredded the cheese myself. I cut all of this. Yeah. Well, so it's almost boiling. So we're just gonna fast forward through this part. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead and add your noodles. Don't put them into a wet container. Swear to God. Every time I do a video, I look like a moron. Now I need something to stir. All right, now we wait. The package says, however many minutes. We're gonna do 6 minutes, because that's the experience that I've had that it takes to get al dente. And I'm gonna answer whatever message I'm getting repeatedly here while we wait. So if I were to do more of these cooking videos, what kind of cooking would you like me to do? Would you like me to try things that I haven't tried before? I'm not sure that I'm good at reviewing food. I can just tell you oh, this is really good or this is really bad, which is kind of one of those weird things to me about the reviewing community is you kind of just personal preference, and it's all reliant upon how well you can describe things, which for a writer, for a former writer, I guess, I'm not very good at audibly describing things. If I wrote it down and read it from a script, maybe a little bit better. But yeah, if I were to do more of these videos, I could also do just like staples of my life, things that I like to cook a lot, things that seem to resonate well with the members of this household, which is just me and Brandon. So just let me know in the comments, and we'll do more because I have a lot of time to kill now. So once it gets close to the time that I need it to be cooking for, I'm gonna start slowly reducing the heat here so that when I drain this, the heat will be reduced enough that I can start putting in the other ingredients without them curdling, scalding. You don't want any of that, because the water is at a good temperature now, and the residual heat from the stove top and from the pan itself will help it cook until the time is up. And even though I know it's not ready, it's actually closer than what it says on there, so I'm gonna pull it sooner. Oh, I forgot an important part. You want to reserve some of the pasta water, just in case you need it, just in case your sauce is too thick for some reason. Because it's better to have the pasta water, which is starchy, than to have to get cold, boring, gross tap water. Go ahead and drain it. And then while that kind of drains a little bit, we'll want to add the butter, since that melts fairly quickly. And then this is ready. It's fine if it's got a little bit of water. Shit. Fantastic. All right. Get some of these extra noodles that I spilled everywhere off of my stove. Okay, so that's melted. Now let's add the milk. And with my other hand, I'm gonna pick up these so I don't go ahead and get any more ants. And now we're going to add all the cheese. Good enough. And then allow that all to absorb in and melt. And actually have some backup cheese just in case we are to need it, because we probably will, because that's not enough cheese really, surprisingly. I like to do what Noodles and Company does, which is add more cheese when it goes into the bowl, because then it's all fancy and presentable. So now I'm gonna turn that off and let everything get all mixed together. Basically, we're just gonna wait for everything to start to thicken. And if you've ever done like a boxed, like those pasta size things, you know that it will tell you to let it thicken, sit, let it stand for 3 to 5 minutes, and it'll do its thing. And that's basically what we're doing here. That is starting to look really nice. So we'll give it like another, just a little bit more time, another minute maybe, for it to thicken. And then we're done. And it's all in all a very simple thing, and we don't need any more pasta water. So I will toss that, but I'll just keep it just in case we need it. Well, yeah, that looks great. You'll see it soon enough. And I think what I'm gonna do is add a little black pepper directly in. Just a couple of grinds, 3 grinds. Just enough so that when we add a little bit more of that, what I'm using, 6 cheese Italian, it's gonna pair really well. Oh yeah, dudes. All right, time to go on my fancy platter, and then I'll show you after I get the cheese on. Oh, this is too much. I'm gonna put it all in there anyway. Are you guys ready to see this beautiful masterpiece? Right. So, there it is. It looks a lot nicer in a different light. Let's put it over here. Oh yeah, dudes. Thanks for cooking along with me. Or you probably didn't, but so, yep. That's all I got for you. Thanks for watching.